Good morning, beautiful people. Good morning, Mr. Emmanuel, Mr. Sheyi, Moyo, and everyone that is yet to join. Thank you all for coming for the London session market color, right? Thank you all for coming. And please, I'd like us to do me a favor. Please kindly share the link to this market color with everyone on your contact list, on your various social media platforms, WhatsApp, Facebook, what have you. Please share the link with everyone. Share the link with everyone. And right about then, we will be proceeding with the analysis. I will be taking the analysis on the XY, GU, EU, and right after me, I'll be having my colleague coming to have his own analysis on precious metals and the end baskets. So we'll just head straight to the chat while you're still in the process of sharing the link with everyone. All right, we are back. We are back. Can you give me a minute, please? Apologies for the break in transmission. Right. So we will be starting with the XY, right? We will be starting with the XY, and on our monthly time frame, we can actually see that price is bullish to the upside on our monthly time frame. Please confirm if you can hear me from your end. We can see that price is to the upside, breaking higher. And for our weekly time frame too, we can also see that price is to the upside. I'm just going to plot my fib on this entire swing from point A to point B. And what are we seeing? Price is presently at 38.2% fib level, which is a good place for price to hold and continue its buy to the upside, right? And for our daily time frame too, we can see that it is obvious that price is to the upside, right? So I expect some sort of sweep of these highs on our daily time frame. And for our time frame too, the overall trend is to the upside, as we can see here. And corrective leg is just to the downside, the minor trend. Then we saw that price tapped into this other block on our 4-hour time frame to continue its buy to the upside. What are we seeing about now? I can see that price has taken out this low on our 4-hour time frame. This low has been taken out, right? So this could be the start of the sell on the XY for our 4-hour time frame. I saw something really interesting early this morning while I was analyzing my charts, right? I can see a shoulder here on a 1-hour time frame, right? Box pattern as we were taught. As we've been taught continuously, this is a shoulder, this is a sweep, this is a break to the downside. So what am I expecting to see today? I expect to see some sort of a return to this shoulder on our 1-hour time frame, a return to this shoulder, and then a sell to the downside once price gets to that shoulder, and that is on 105 spots 903. So for our 1-hour time frame on the XY today, we are buying to sell, buying to this shoulder and selling off when price gets here, right? And then down to our 15 minutes too. Right, I can also see that a shoulder, a sweep, a break, and then a return to this shoulder and a sell to the downside. This coincides with what we have seen on our 1-hour time frame for the sell of the XY. Of course, we're buying to sell, buying to that shoulder to sell it all the way to the downside for dollar index. So my outlook for dollar index today is actually a sell, a buy first, and then when it gets to our point of interest, we will be slamming it all the way to the downside. Right. So for Euro USD, what can we see today on our monthly time frame? Can see the price is to the downside, breaking lower, establishing the fact that overall we are in a sell. And for our weekly time frame, as we can see, price is also to the downside, breaking all the way to the downside. I'm just going to plot my fib from point A to point B. All right, from point A to point B, and then price got to 50% fib level held and is pushing all the way to the downside. At this moment, price is actually at, I'm just going to take this out. right? So price is at 32.8% fib level, which is a good place for price to hold and sell all the way to the downside. And for daily time frame too, it is very clear that price is bearish on our daily time frame. And I'm just going to have to fit this. Right, so price is currently at 50% level, which is a good place for price to hold and continue its sell to the downside. So for Euro USD on our 4-hour time frame, what can we see on our 4-hour time frame? Right, so the overall trend is obviously to the downside, right? Then we saw that price actually traded all the way into this other block, tapped into this other block and is reacting off it, right? So it could be that price wants to, resume its sell off that other block on our 4-hour time frame. But I also saw something really interesting here, right? On our 1-hour time frame, I can see that price, there's a shoulder pattern here. There's a box pattern here, a shoulder, right? A sweep, and then a break. So I expect that price should return into the shoulder on our 1-hour time frame and sell off and buy off from that point. Once price gets into the shoulder, I expect that EU should keep buying. So for today, we are selling to buy EU. A sell off into this 1-hour shoulder and then a buy from this point once price gets here. Expect a buy from this shoulder once price gets to that shoulder, and that is on, I wanted to say that's on period. Right. So once price gets to 1.07228, we will be taking the buy of EU. So we're selling this London session, and once price gets into the shoulder, we will be buying EU. For GU, right? So what are we seeing on GU today? For monthly time frame, we can actually see that price is to the downside, pretty clear, breaking lower. If you are new to our market color session and you really want to understand how to establish trends and directions, you should be looking out to sign up for our FX Bootcamp course. We deal with stuff like this extensively, right? So for our weekly time frame too, we can actually see that price is to the downside. All right, from point A to point B, price is at 61.8% fib level, which is a good place for price to hold and continue its sell on our weekly time frame. And for our daily time frame too, what are we saying? Price actually tapped into this resistance level and reacted off it into this fair value gap on our daily time frame. Price tapped into it. And what are we seeing? A push to the downside. I am still of the opinion that, beg your pardon, I'm still of the opinion that price should sell into this IOFED. When it will happen, the market will decide. So I am still seeing some sort of a sell on GU overall, but as at today, as of what we're seeing now, price tapped into this fair value gap and is pushing to the upside. The market can do whatever it wants to do, right? And that's on period. So for our 4-hour time frame too, we can see that price is to the downside, right? We saw a shoulder pattern playing out on our 4-hour time frame, shoulder, sweep, break, and some sort of a return into the shoulder, right? For price to keep selling to the downside. I also saw a box pattern on a 1 hour time frame for a buy, right? It's too chaotic, so I'm just going to have to pick off. Okay, so what am I seeing? I am seeing a shoulder pattern on a 1 hour time frame. Shoulder, sweep, break, and I expect the price should sell off into the shoulder. And once price gets into the shoulder, it should continue its buy, right? So we are also selling off that 4 hour shoulder into this 1 hour shoulder to continue our buy to the upside. So we're selling to buy GU also, right? We are selling to buy GU, then we're buying to sell the XY, right? We are selling to buy EU, and we are selling to also buy GU. So this is my outlook for today for this London session. If you have anything you're seeing, and I'm just going to have to state, once price gets to 1 spot 26375 on GU, we should be warming up to take the buy to the upside. So if we have questions and contributions, please kindly type in the chat box. Right, if we're clear on this, please kindly, if you have different buyers, if you have questions, please kindly type in the chat box, or if you're seeing something else, please kindly type in the chat box. Thank you so much, boss. Thank you, Pastor. Thank you, Ejimi. And thank you, peeps. Don't lie. Yeah. Other questions? Thank you, G Crown. All right, so if there are no, thank you so much, Moyo. If there are no questions, we'll go on a brief break, and right after that, we will be having Lecom before us for his analysis on precious metals and the yen basket, and then right after him, we'll be having commentary from our boss. Right, before I leave our present, we are coming to the city of Abuja for the ATM cash flow training. We were in Abuja in the month of May, and it was explosive. We always give value, of course, nothing short of that. And we are coming with a lot of value in the month of July. So you should do well to sign up for the ATM cash flow training, right? For more details, you can chat us up on WhatsApp. For more details on the training, payment, onboarding, and what have you, just chat us up and we will be taking it from there. You should be there. And if you're yet to sign up with Okta, you are wrong. Like, they are footing the bill for this market color. So the least we could do is sign up with them, create an account to show our appreciation for making this absolutely free. So kindly sign up with Okta. We'll be dropping the link on our chat box. Kindly sign up with Okta and have an account with them, right? And be warming up to come to Abuja. It's going to be value packed with Ejimi, the profitable investor, and the value flow trading team. If you were at the bootcamp, you know that we came with fire, premium value, and we're coming with that energy again in the month of July. So please kindly sign up. Right. Thank you. And we will be going on this brief break. Right after that, Lekon will be before us for today. Thank you very much.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the Market Call, brought to you by the Value Flow Trading Team and powered by our preferred broker, Opta. And it's a great Wednesday, the middle day of the week. And like we've always said, every week is always profitable, should be profitable, provided you trade according to your trading pattern and also based on your risk management strategy. So this morning we'll be going into the analysis of the precious metal and see what exactly has happened since we last looked at it. And we are going to start from the monthly time frame, as we all see on the monthly time frame that this month on the pressure for the precious metal is still very much bullish all the way to the upside. However, we're expecting some level of pullback, and that's when we see it on the weekly time frame. So on the weekly time frame, all we've seen on the weekly time frame is price is still very much ranging inside of this place. It's still very much ranging. We are seeing a range since we've seen the range happening since the 8th of April till date. Price is just sitting at that particular level, and it becomes much more clearer if you look at it on the daily time frame, which is what we are seeing on the screen right now. So what we've been expecting since last week is that the precious metal would come and clear the liquidity below here as we've drawn our line and waiting for it to come all the way to this level to clear liquidity around that level there. However, after our analysis on Monday that we are expecting it to short all the way down, first to rally a bit up there, short all the way down to clear liquidity here, we see that the precious metal and the DSY, they end up doing the same thing, meaning there is a level of divergence. They are working the same way. We see the precious metal short and also the DSY also short on Monday. Now, on the 4-hour time frame, where we back as our POI, where we are still expecting price to come into is here, and we've seen all the way as we've marked it since Monday that this is the shoulder. We've seen the sweep and the possible break to the downside, and we're expecting price to come all the way into that level. Although it tapped here sometimes early at the opening of the day, but we are still expecting it to tap into this IOFPD that we are seeing here, as you can all see, and it becomes much more clearer on the 1-hour time frame. And we're saying that there is high probability. It's just a recap of what we have on Monday, that there is high probability for the precious metal to still rally a bit into this particular resistance here. This should be a resistance for it, and that is why we are having this line from there. So we may still see it push a little bit upward more to get to this place before it starts selling to the downside. So let's now go into our lower time frame to see where exactly are we seeing entry for the precious metal since Monday. Now, this is on Monday, we see the short of the precious metal. However, you remember we marked this particular level on Monday, this particular place as our shoulder, that when price gets to this place, which happens on Monday, that we expect it to rally back up. And that is the same thing that happened yesterday during the New York session, and the price started moving all the way to the upside. And this is what we've been predicting since Monday, that if price comes down before going to that POI on 4-hour, we expect it to retrace back up from this particular level. And we've seen price did the same thing here the first time on Monday and did the same thing yesterday on Tuesday during the New York session. So moving forward today, if we see price, rally more to our POI, which is somewhere around the 2400 level that we mark here, then if it's coming down, we expect it to come and clear all this liquidity here should be taken out for it to go more to the downside. So let's go to the lower time frame, particularly 15 minutes, to see what exactly we are having there on 15 minutes. Now on 15 minutes right now, what we are seeing on 15 minutes is this. We're seeing price, break to the downside. This is more of a sweep, and we've seen the possible break. We've seen price move all the way to the upside again. So we may want to take a little short around this level, a little long around this level here if price comes back into this zone that we have here, as we all can see this particular zone here. So we may want to see price, just short all the way to that level and begin to move to the upside, meaning when price gets here, then we want to come all the way into our POI as we analyze. So this is what we are looking out for the precious metal today. Price is short all the way into the 23.56 level, 23.5600 level. Then begin its rally all the way to the upside before it starts coming down again. So that's what we are looking out for the precious metal into today, Wednesday, on 10th of July 2024. All right, so let's quickly take a look at what is going on the yen basket. Like we said on Monday, we were still expecting the yen basket to short a little bit more because of the liquidity it builds below, and that is exactly what happened. What happened early hours of today. As you can see, if you look at the yen basket, we said it's still coming to clear liquidity here. And how do we know that is going to happen? We can see what really pushed up here on the 4-hour time frame. If you look at the 4-hour time frame on Monday, we see how it was building liquidity just at this top here. We see price was just building liquidity here, but there is no any clear market structure shift to the upside. So we said there is high tendency, it's still coming back down to come and clear this low because it's just building liquidity here since last week Thursday. And that is what happened yesterday into today. So the yen basket is just going deeper and deeper and deeper. So what you should look out for is other yen correlated pair. Look for opportunity to long term, particularly GJ. Like we said, GJ going to our monthly POI as analyzed. If you look at GJ on the monthly time frame, you can see it's still very much bullish all the way to the upside. And where is it heading to? We already marked that out on our monthly time frame, which is this monthly order block, and we expect GJ to rally into that zone. It should enter into that monthly order block. So when GJ gets to this monthly order block, then we can now begin to look out for opportunity to short it to the downside. So that is what we are expecting on GJ when it gets to this monthly order block, as we've marked here. We anticipate opportunity to short it to the downside. But if it doesn't get there, and as we are seeing, the yen basket is still very much, bearish to the downside. So that is for GJ on the monthly time frame. So if you look at it on the weekly time frame too, the same thing is happening, and that's what we are seeing here. And also on the daily time frame, all we are seeing is still coming all the way up to our POI before we begin to see sell off to the downside. So we expect that when GJ gets to this zone, probably we will have seen a market structure shift on the yen basket and we follow it through. As we've said, because GJ has not really given any entry to join the buy, the last time it did that was around, I think, somewhere here. So it already moved all the way to the upside. All right. So what we are going to do is let's bring down to the lower time frame on 1 hour to see if we can see any entry for the GJ long. Okay, now this was the entry last week. This particular place was the entry because this was the shoulder, the speed, the break, and price came back down into that level and it started moving all the way to the upside. But currently now, there's no any clear entry for GJ buy to that POI. Instead, we should look at other yen correlated pairs like AUD JPY, like we did on Monday. AUD JPY, if you see it, AUD JPY is still very much there, doing its thing there, and it's still longing all the way to the upside. Like we said the other time, on Monday, we said that since we are seeing a long on GBP JPY, we expect other, yen correlated pairs to also follow suit. So the range we saw here on AUD JPY, we actually look for opportunity to catch this sell to come and clear liquidity here, but it did not get to the liquidity level, it did not clear that level before it reverses back up. But you can see where exactly are we now seeing AUD JPY heading to. Let's look at it on the daily time frame. ADGPY is just on its own, moving up and up and up. Even on the monthly time frame, you can see it's already cleared all its own high and is still discovering its own level to the upside. And related to the GBP JPY, you already see GBP JPY has not gotten to its own level, and that is why we still expect GBP JPY to rally all the way into that zone. So that is it. Let's quickly look at 15 minutes. Maybe we are going to get any entry for AUD today. And on AUD for today, we've not seen any clear entry at all. It's still very much, just going up, up, up with not full momentum. All right. So until we see our bull strategy for the long, we may join the buy of AUD. But instead, let's be watching out for GBP if it's going to give any entry for price to still rally into that POI. So when it gets to that POI and we begin to see market structure shift, then we can easily look out the opportunity to short it to the downside. So that is all for today for the precious metal and also for the yen basket and yen correlated pairs. Let me quickly take some questions. If there's any question, you can easily type in the chat box. Good morning, sir. It's great seeing you again this morning, sir. Well done, sir.
Morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you for the very clear-cut analysis. Let me say now that one of the reasons why the analysis
I guess network at its end. I guess his network at its end, so he's going to join us soon. Sorry about that. So before he joins us back again, if there's any question, you can easily type in the chat box so we can look at it together once again. I guess his network at its end. Okay, Kwelumi said, have you analyzed GU? Yes. Okay, it's back. It's connecting back.
Sorry about that. Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Can you see me also?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sorry about that. My system, I don't know, network or something. All right, so I'm signing up from my phone. So one of the things I'll say is that in this season, we need to understand that the market is fundamentally ranging. The market is ranging across board in terms of sentiment. There is no clear sentiment. So this is one of the times where if you are careless in your trading, you'll just be seeing your stop loss being hit. If you notice, most of the people who are posting profits, usually in this season, this week, last week, you will see that they are going for very, very small number of pips. Very, very small number of pips. That's because, number one, the daily range, average daily range has shrunk because almost all pairs are ranging. Apart from the yen pairs, every other pair is ranging. If you look at for those of you who do inter-market analysis, if you look at Aussie pair, anything versus the dollar, it's a very narrow range that it has been forming in the past from around last week, Thursday into today. Even Powell's speech of yesterday that we thought would be a catalyst, it wasn't really a catalyst. The only pair that has moved significantly is NZD, and that's because of the Reserve Bank of New Zealand interest rates. All right? NZD has moved significantly to the downside, but even with that significant move, right, to the downside, so you can see NZD moving to the downside, it didn't break any low, so it's still in a range. It's still in a range, all right? So it didn't break any low, it didn't form a lower low, it didn't form a higher high. what it did was it formed a lower high and it formed a higher low, which is like change of character. So NZD-USD is the only one that has had some level of momentum. Let's see AUD-USD. The trade opportunity that may arise that is clear, because AUD and NZD generally they move in the same direction. Let's say them on the same time frame. If you're looking at 4 hours, then let's see. Sorry, excuse me. I'd like to see them on the same time frame. Exactly. So exactly. So you see what has happened on NZD-USD. It has broken to the downside because of the monetary policy fundamentals, right? So AUD may follow NZD-USD because they usually move in tandem. So based on that sharp move, we may see AUD move to the downside. All right, that's the only clear-cut trade that exists today. But like I said, everything is in a range. Let's show you. Let's see Euro-USD on 4 hour. Euro-USD on 4 hour. Euro-USD on 4 hour. Exactly. I'm speaking with regard to intraday moves. Intraday moves, right? If you check all the way, it's a range too. It's a clear-cut range throughout the month of July. No clear moves to the downside, no clear moves to the upside. And you can see all the markups that one has drawn. These are markups that took months. So it's a shoulder of June. So if you are trying to trade this range that Euro-USD has formed in the last 3, 4, 5 days, you will not see anything significant. Zoom in. And I'm saying this because you can see that range that has been forming since when? Typically, that range has been there since July. I'm talking of the last 5, 7 days, that range, exactly. So it's not like those times when you have significant intraday moves. You can't really see that. If you notice all the other times before in the month of June, you can see that there's some level of long candles. Long candles. But all the candles have been very short, very short. So trade in a very, if possible, just observe the markets for now until we see a clear break. We thought that would be yesterday because of what Powell says. No, not much. Even the moves that I was on yesterday, at the end of the day, when I closed my trades, it was just very little in terms of peak distance. In fact, I closed it out of like anger. I waited for Powell's move to give the market some, nothing even happened. I just hissed and closed everything. So please don't just look at entries, exits, market structure, understand the regime you are in, the overall regime, the overall economic theme that you are in. And right now, there is a range. Yen pairs are looking like we may see some nice push to the downside. Yen pairs. Let's see NZD-JPY. It has broken to the downside and is making its way towards the low of last week. NZD-JPY, exactly. It has broken to the downside. You can see that clear break of structure to the downside. See that other block that is right below, is targeting that other block and that fair value gap. Exactly, right there. That's where it is targeting, right? Exactly. And because the yen is in an overall uptrend, that looks, be like say me to go close. So that looks like a good pullback for a buy. A good pullback for a buy. So NZD, thank God for the news that came out. The central bank monetary policy yesterday, the interest rates, it provided some level of push. So yen pairs, NZD JPY looks set to move to the upside. Now, if you see the other pairs, AUD JPY, AUDJPY, it hasn't done that same move. CAD JPY. So let me see. Okay, yes. So AUDJPY has not done its own move. It's the same time frame at the same candle size. We are comparing time frame candle size. So it has to be aligned. Exactly, it has not done its own move. So it's looking like it wants to do its own move to the downside. So you can be looking for that. You can check it on 15 minutes. If you see a shoulder, if you see a sweep, if you see a break of structure to the downside, that's a possible trade. But apart from that, very quiet day. Just keep your trades simple. Reduce your lot size. The market is in a range. So same thing with CAD JPY. Can see that we had a move to the downside that's gone back to mitigate, that's grabbed liquidity. You see that double right there. The double top now, shoulder, sweep, double top. That double top inducement right there. That exactly, there's an inducement right there. Even the one below it. Exactly, that's an inducement right there. So we may see, because NZD-JPY is a commodity currency, has broken to the downside, we may see CAD-JPY also break forcefully to the downside, and we may see AUD-JPY break forcefully to the downside. So those are potential setups. But apart from that, just trade carefully until price breaks out of all these ranges that it has formed. I hope this is helpful for somebody. That's basically it. So just recap, NZD-JPY, there's a clear buy opportunity at that order block that we drew. CAD JPY and AUD-JPY, they may break to the downside, mimicking the movement on NZD-JPY. All right? So that's my commentary for today. Please trade safe, protect your capital. If you have capital, you can trade another day. All right? Over to you guys. Okay, good morning. Kindly advise. Let me see that conversation. On which professional course and institution will advise someone who wants to enroll to become a certified fund manager and investment banker to take? All right, let me say this. Fantastic question. The most important thing in trading is your trading ability. That's the honest truth. The most important thing in trading is your trading ability. Nobody really cares about your certifications. The reason why certifications are good is if you're trying to build a career as some sort of thought leader, some sort of influencer, some sort of coach, and then you need those qualifications to distinguish yourself, right? But if you are all about fund management, investment management, institutional management, institutional trading, my brother, the most important thing to get is your edge, your average monthly return, okay? That's the most important thing to get. Every other thing is just packaging. Get the substance, which is the trading skill. Now, if you say you already have that trading skill and you already have some sort of consistency in results, then you can now say, okay, you can go for the CHP, Certified Hedge Fund Professional. You can go for the CIFM. Those are local qualifications, foreign qualifications. You can go for CWM, Chartered Wealth Manager. You can go for, so it really depends on you. You can go for CMT, Chartered Market Technician. That's for technical analysis. That's a technical analysis qualification. You can go for CFA. You can write the exams. But all I'm saying to you is the most important thing is that withdrawal, especially if you are looking for Nigerian investors. Nigerian investors don't really care much about academic qualifications. They just want to see consistency. They just want to see risk management. In fact, maybe better to just set up a floor than to start looking for certifications. Now, if you are going abroad, you are looking for diaspora clients, then you can do that. But you're going to face an issue with Nigeria's reputation. Nigeria has a horrible international reputation right now. So no matter the qualifications that you have, If you're looking for diaspora investors, it will still be hard to get them simply because you're from Nigeria. I don't know if that makes sense. So you're getting the qualification, you're getting it because of your personal development, because of your capacity building, that's fine. If you're getting the qualification because you want to attract investors, that's not the most efficient way to attract investors. I don't know if this is helpful. All right. With regard to the discount on scalper bots, the sterling scalper, we gave a discount at our event. All those who did the VIP, they got the bot as a complimentary discount, but we can't keep giving discount because it costs money to run and test run and operate these things, and we must recoup the money that we have put into it. Now, someone will say, why don't you recoup the money from trading? No, because we didn't trade. We paid for the bots, so we can't use risk income to get non-risk assets. No, they are separate. All right. So you may wait for a discount in the next maybe quarter. By November, we may do another discount. But for now, you don't want to know the cost of research. You don't want to know how many stupid bots we pay for. Millions of naira. There's a bot that costs 2 million. I got it like 2 months ago. The bot has been losing since. So apart from the loss of the 2 million and the loss of the accounts, who is going to compensate me for that? And we are doing research. So when you see us charging you for bots, most times, I'll be honest with you, is to just recoup the money we spent on research. To find one bot or to optimize one bot, you will spend millions, multiple millions on other bots that are not good until you now find the one that is good in that season. So who is going to compensate us for that? So I'm so sorry, my brother. Please understand, bear with us. All right. Thank you very much. Over to you, Value Flow Trading Hub. God bless.
Thank you very much, sir. It's good having you for the day. All right, back to everyone. Like we always said, that the market right now, we've had from boss to that the market is currently ranging, and you can just get just few little things out of the market. Instead of sitting and watching the market that you don't know when the range, because normally when the market is in range, the market is telling you to go and rest. This market itself telling you go on vacation when it's in range. So instead of sitting and just not doing anything, why not enroll for synthetic trading? I've not seen when synthetic will be in this kind of long range before. No, never. But you can easily start trading synthetic, and it's highly profitable. You've seen some of the results we keep on posting and we've been doing. So in the city of Abuja this month on the 24th to 26th, we'll be having a physical training for the synthetic. We're going to learn how to trade synthetic profitably. We are going to teach you. And if you are the type also that you love trading with indicators, we have our customized indicators that you can use for trading the synthetic market. So all you need to do is enroll. The price is just for 150,000 naira. And as we've always said, is happening live in Abuja. For the venue will only be communicated to those who registered for the training. Does that make sense now? So make sure you do that as fast as possible, as registration will be closing this weekend. So very, very important to do that as fast as possible. So we meet again by 3 p.m. for the New York recap. Make sure you trade cautiously and use your proper risk management strategy. Once again, I'm the Conscience. See you by 3 p.m. Cheers and God bless.